Hey everybody! So this is my my live YouTube here. Just getting out of the tub, and I actually had a really nice detox bath with my chakra salts that I made, and I asked the bath to vibrate the energy of mainly just like peace and healing and love and things like that. Hi, whoever's watching, feel free to say hello. Anyway, so this is still kind of related to full moon energy because one thing we do around full moons is we really take more time for ourselves. So we just had our new moon. If you haven't watched that video, absolutely watch it. It's in Gemini. So we're just shifting out of this really powerful eclipse, and we had a lunar eclipse previously. So this is all about changing our thought process. So one thing that's coming up with full moon energy in Capricorn on the 24th is to really, if we read even just the numerology of it, it's all about planning. And I feel like if you struggle with your nervous system, which most people probably are right now because we're going through really stressful times, but again, with eclipse energy, you're going to be finding like a lot of things are happening at once, including the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde as well. Okay, so all this change, it's going to affect you. As I was saying, taking the detox bath, drinking more water. For me, I've been really working on a lot more berries and things like that with antioxidants, lemon, things like that. So Capricorn energy is very much about money, working, earthing, that sort of thing. Family kind of comes into play. So again, with numerology of 2 and 4, we get looking into the future just a tiny bit more and really thinking about how can we take better care of ourselves. So we were already just talking about the lunar eclipse being very much about like changing our thought process. And then our solar eclipse that we just had in, hello to whoever's watching, feel free to say hi. And then when we shifted over into our new moon in Gemini, this was very much about our belief system. So it's the way that we're thinking, and then it's tapping into our belief systems. So that's what this full moon energy is going to be more about is, okay, we started shifting our beliefs. Now it's like there's going to be a lot more stuff kind of coming up around that because with new moon energy changing beliefs, that's more about thinking about, okay, I need to start attracting this. So what happens is up until this full moon, it's kind of like, all right, I need to kind of take charge of this, meaning I have to let go of things that are in my way, which might mean if you're thinking about your health, I just did a lemon cleanse a couple of days ago, so you can watch that. It's a ritual talking about eating habits and how I'm finally discovering, okay, like when I tap in, I have to shift my eating habits, but there's a belief system around that. So when you're starting something new, especially recently, there's going to be some beliefs that you have to shift and change. So as we get into the full moon, this is going to be very significant because 4 is all about resting and relaxing. And when you put 2 and 4 together, we get 6, which is talking about trying to bring ourselves back into a state of relaxation, where we feel like all of our relationships are balanced, where we're loving ourselves more, things like that. And if we tie that into Capricorn energy, which is very like logical and kind of rigid, they like things to just be a certain way, especially with finances, there's going to be a lot of heaviness coming up around this time because if your finances are out of order, if the family's out of order, if your work schedule is out of order, you're going to find, and again, it depends on what you did around your new moon ritual or how you were feeling from an astrological standpoint with the new moon and especially with the solar eclipse. I just feel like what we're going to find is we don't want to let this stuff go. We're like, but I've been doing this for so long, right? So the more rituals and things we can do, as I said, watch the lemon cleanse. That will be helpful. I was just saying I took a nice bath with my detox salt. So using natural products that have healing benefits, which I sell, is fantastic. For me, I work with herbs and herbal remedies. So these are things for myself that I'm feeling called into, but you might find as well, if you need something to help you calm you down, and you need something very gentle, really focus more on that gentle energy. Because when we have full moon energy, it's really intense. And as I said, there's been intensity after intensity. So again, let me know if you're feeling this. I would love you to share as I'm starting to come on here live a bit more. The other thing with Capricorn energy is it feels like children and home is really important as well. So if you think about children and how you feel around children right now, are you feeling like they're suffering? Are you feeling like more of a connection to children? That sort of thing, because we're going to feel more connected to children. And we know that a lot of tragedy has recently happened in Canada around children. So this makes sense why this might be coming up. I'm hearing other people discussing things around children as well, even in the past weekly, because I'm doing this on the 14th. So we're still 10 days away from this energy, but we're already starting to tap in a bit as to what we need to start preparing for. So it might be actually contacting the children that you have close in your family. If you don't have your own children, it might be having more heart-to-hearts with loved ones in general. It could be in the spirit world. If you believe that you can communicate with spirit, it might be having, again, more heart-to-heart, kind of like prayer energy with the people that have passed. If you need a little help, I actually recently just did this right before I came on, so there's no coincidence. I'm doing an Akashic Records program coming up on July 2nd, and it's going to be, in total, it's 6 weeks worth of work, but I'm spreading it out over 7 weeks. So there's going to be 1 week off. And one thing that I was connecting to is, okay, like, who am I supposed to be attracting to this program? How am I supposed to be doing it? And what I got from it through automatic writing was just ask the universe. Just put it out to the universe and then just kind of like wait and see. And I'm like, okay, cool. So these are some tools I feel like that might be helpful for you as well around this time, is really just create more communication, especially where Mercury retrograde, we'll be shifting out of that as well. So you're going to be feeling like your communication's a lot more effective than it has been. So why not use your voice? Why not express yourself? If you're really, really, really struggling with any type of habit or addiction or something like that, this energy is kind of like the perfect time to start trying to nip the habit, because this energy is so strong. The most recent energy over the last month, they're all kind of piling up. This is all related to the next 6 months. And for some people, it might be more like 8 months. Things might come in a little bit sooner for you, but it's okay to understand that this is going to take some time. So we're just expressing what it is that we need right now, and then we're just going to start to see how everything's going to start doing its own thing naturally. So what I would recommend doing around this full moon is do your best to really target things that you want right now. Be very specific. So although it's just full moon energy and it's just like chaos maybe to some people, when we write the things down that we'd like to release, keep in mind that's related to who and what you're targeting. So if it's weight loss, if it's finances, which it's more likely to be financial than weight loss, but it still all goes hand in hand, because it's how you're choosing to spend your money, especially when you have habits and things like that. So it's all going to be very, very connected. Relatives are also coming up as well. So you might feel this need to connect to relatives that you haven't in a long time, or the opposite, you might be finding like that you're clearing energy around relatives, things from your past. There's a lot of stuff happening. Anyway, if you'd like to have a session or book a reading with me, you can go into robinsealing.com. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. Absolutely. Click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this as well. Comment how it relates to you, or if it does. You can also share if you do full moon rituals, and underneath my rituals playlist, you'll be able to see it there. My buddy Hank is sleeping. You can hear him snoring right now. All right, take care. Love you all. And be sure to watch my daily today as well.